All right, and welcome back, everyone. It's episode 4 of the ZB Philly Sports Podcast.
Woo,
I
number
want to start
4,
this off
baby.
saying that we got a bunch of new stuff for our setup, so have some patience with us and our technical difficulties that we may be having the next week or two until we learn how this stuff works.
We're not good at this.
Yeah, it's a learning curve. Neither of us are great with technology. We're like old men. You want to start with the Phillies and Kruk last night on Twitter?
I want to start with one more thing before that.
Okay.
This hat. I was told to wear this hat today. If you guys like this hat, you can buy it at the Phillies new team store.
This one should be there too.
That one should be there too, but I know this one's like exclusive or something like that. So
Yeah, it is.
if you want it, Phillies new era team store.
That ties us in well because I think Kruk was the first person seen wearing that hat.
Yes, he was. That's why I did it, baby.
All right. So last night, Kruk was going back and forth with a bunch of fans on Twitter. Mostly Mets fans, I feel. I don't know why Mets fans were even watching the Phillies Astros game. But my favorite exchange that he had was someone said, Kruk said, I got to block you for that a-hole. And someone said, bro's literally in the middle of calling a game. And Kruk said, I don't have much tolerance for a-holes tonight. And this guy goes, unless it's a baddie. And Kruk goes, I have no clue what a baddie is. I feel like a bunch of fans are going to have it as their mission now to explain to him what baddie is.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to have to do with pictures.
Probably. But
I just find it so funny.
The funny thing is, I don't know if you or how many people actually watch the post game for the Phillies on NBC Sports, but I watch from here and there, just like whatever. And it's actually pretty sure it was last night, and this ties me into something I want to talk about. But Michael Barkan was talking about how the vibes are up, like going with the vibe, like same vibe this, vibe that, and Clucky was like, he's like, whoa, you're too old to say that. So it's kind of contradiction to him saying someone else is too old to say something,
right.
And
then he goes on and be like, I have no idea what a baddie even is.
But hey, he's staying in his lane, I guess.
I really hope that we see what people are trying to explain it to him as.
Yes.
Like, are they going to use young people or people his age?
Who knows?
All right. You want to go to the Astros series now?
Yeah, I definitely want to say that the first thing I want to say is the vibes are high with this team.
Yeah.
It's looking like this series is looking like what it was in 2022.
Yeah. I think it was a bunch of revenge for the Astros. I think I saw something where like 4-1 or 5-1 since the World Series loss.
That's crazy.
Right.
It's but yeah, the vibes are high. Boys are 9 and 13, and they won 9 of the last 13.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant.
The brain is just not functioning today. So that's crazy. Losing the series to the Braves sucks. Obviously sucks. You especially with them right behind you. You want to be them.
Yeah.
But going into Kansas City, playing a hot Kansas City team, a Kansas City team that is being led by Bobby Witt Jr., who seems like he can hit the crap out of any ball you throw to him.
Yeah, he's really impressive this year. He's grown a lot.
And you basically shut him down. You shut him down this series, which is great. That's what you needed to do. And then getting 2 out of the 3 so far here with Houston, and then having a 4-game series with the Braves coming up. You sweep. Hopefully, we can sweep tonight. I know.
Yeah,
it's Taiwan, and not a
If
pitching
the
matchup
bats
we like.
stay hitting as they have been, we should be able to win, even if Walker's
Yeah,
pitching 3
definitely.
innings.
But you just need one. You need to keep this going. And two, if you can take 4 from the Braves, if you can take 3 from the Braves, that puts you
Right.
up in this. Like you can keep climbing up in the standings and getting farther up. Like right now,
Yeah.
we are
We're
6
6.
games up.
Yep.
So if we get 3, we're 9 games up, and that's not easy to climb back from.
Right.
4 makes it 10, and 10 makes it. I know it's only one more win, but takes a bigger toll on the team.
Yeah. My thing about the Braves, really quick, I think Whit Merrifield had a 5-hit game yesterday or the day before. That's his second one of his career. I feel he basically had only 5 hits with the Phillies.
Not even.
Yeah, he's
It
turned
feels
into
like
a whole new player on the Braves.
And it's his little comment about, this is a team that said I wasn't good enough to be on this team. Who are you going to replace, brother? You
Right.
are not. You are not a good ball player.
Right. Weston Wilson's still been doing better. Speaking of, congratulations on him. Parental leave.
Yes. But saying on the last topic here on the Braves, I'll point at the picture. Oh, there it goes.
Yep.
At the picture behind me, you can't copy that picture.
Right.
Ossia, what are you doing, brother?
My favorite comment I saw about that is someone said, I was broken up with 6 weeks ago. This is like me coming back now.
Right? Like you can't like, and when you're going back and forth at each other, like insulting someone.
Yeah.
If you say something to me, I'm not gonna come back with that same thing. Like you gotta think of something new. Like
you can't wait 10 months to do something either.
Yes.
It would be one thing if you did it on their opening series, but not 5 months into the season.
But that's all I have on the Braves.
All right,
I want to
good.
move past them.
Good.
I want to hopefully be saying in a week from now, we swept them at home.
I agree. I think everyone always hopes that.
But there is another player I kind of want to get on here. Altuve getting booed was pretty fun.
That was beautiful. Philly hates cheaters.
Yeah. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Get him. Go home. Go back to Houston.
I don't think anyone likes him besides some Houston fans.
Yeah.
Not really about the Astros, but kind of. It kind of affects our series pitching wise. Jose Alvarado, he was put on. I forget what the list was called. He's basically not playing indefinitely because of personal issues. I don't know what they are. I'm not sure if anyone outside of the Phillies knows what they are. I do hope whatever's happening, he comes back soon and is all right and his family's okay. Rob Thompson said that they're hopeful he returns this season.
That's good.
They're expecting him to return this season. See, I don't know if that's this regular season or sometime in the postseason.
Yep, and it would help to have him back, but
right. He wasn't himself his last couple pitching
past couple
appearances.
months. He hasn't really been himself.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see what has actually happened.
Yeah,
I hope we find out when he comes back.
Oh yeah, and there like we were just saying, there had to be something going on for months because he's just again not been himself. And it kind of sucks to see him go, but it's next man mentality up. Next guy out of the bullpen, you gotta you gotta shine.
Everyone has to step in when they're needed.
Yeah, like Jeff Hoffman did for us a couple years ago.
Or Castellanos waking up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
talking.
Castellanos, did you see his quote last night after his 3-run home run?
Oh, his glorified batting practice
Yep.
approach to.
Do you want
I
me to
like
read
that.
the actual
That
quote?
yeah, read it and I'll kind of give you my thoughts on after
I
that.
said post game after hitting his 3-run homer, Cassie said, "My style of hitting, which is always like glorified batting practice, I don't really have an approach. I look for the baseball and hit it as hard as I can."
And that's just him. That's him his
Yeah.
whole career.
See,
And
when I'm hitting baseballs, that's all I do. But I'm also not good at baseball at all,
yeah,
so I kind of have to do that.
um, you kind of always have to think like the people that want him to move up, move down. Like um, I've seen more interviews where he kind of goes like a full clip of the interview where he was like he was kind of saying he feels better when there's bats around him
Yeah,
because then they can't pitch around. Like say you have bad players coming up after him, they're gonna give him the. He's just there to swing. He's gonna swing and strike out, but
right.
he's also gonna hit absolute nuke sometimes,
Just
and
like
it's
Schwarber.
yeah,
The
and
difference is Schwarber's leading off. Nick is
yeah.
somewhere from 5 to 7 every night.
But the fact that like he wants to be in a position, and I feel like he should be the position where they can't pitch around him.
Right. I agree.
He wants all of his pitches to be in the zone or around
Yeah.
the zone, the ones he can attack.
But I also think with Bohm, how well he was doing and has been doing, I think that affected a lot of where Castellanos gets placed. Because
Yeah,
they'd rather have that, not guaranteed, but much higher chance at a single or double than the 1 in 5 chance of hitting a home run. I mean, it
yeah.
may be lower than that.
But you also have to think like if you have Nick Castellanos and then you have JT behind him.
Yeah,
Like if you have Cassie
yeah,
at 5 and then JT at 6 and then Marsh or Stott at 7 or 8,
yeah,
there's no. I know Marsh and Stott have had had down years this year.
yeah.
Um,
No, you
but on
can say
any
that.
given
Hitting
day, you
wise, they have
can't.
had bad years.
Yeah, defensively, they both been
Yeah,
pretty good, but it's also not like they're having bad years with bad hitting years when they any given day, any given plate appearance, they could make you regret every decision you
right.
made.
Like I think we brought it up last week. They hit back-to-back home runs, and
Mm-hmm. And what Marsh went deep
yeah, yep.
on Saturday or Sunday?
I think so. All my days blend together now. I
Yeah.
can't tell you when anything is.
Also, this brings in the point. I don't know how many TikTok followers we have, the YouTube followers, but if you have watched the TikTok, which socials will be down below, make sure you follow all of them. Go like all that.
Yeah,
I did talk. I did make a little preview of the road series, and I did say that this is the first time in a while we've seen them go out and score 10 plus runs consecutive
yeah,
back to back nights.
right. And they were doing that a lot at like the more at the beginning of the season, not like beginning, but like a month into the season when we started getting hot. I feel that we were doing that, and then
But
we kind of plateaued and went down, and now we're coming back up. Great time to be coming back up.
great time to be coming back up. I was actually talking about this to one of my coworkers. I feel like we got tired. I feel like everyone got tired. They
Yeah,
were going out and motoring the ball. Like, we don't need to be winning. Like, what's the best record in baseball going to get us? Look
right.
what it's done to the Braves. Look what it's done to the Dodgers. They tired themselves out so much by getting that first spot in
Yeah,
the
it takes you out
playoffs
of that groove. Like
that it takes
Wheeler
you out
has
of the
talked
groove.
about. Yeah, the groove that Wheeler has talked about. He hates days off or too many days off because it gets him out of his routine. If the whole team gets out of their routine, it cannot help anyone.
And I'm kind of hoping say we do, we're probably going to get the 102 spot this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully they play some sim games.
Yeah.
Just let the boys go play some sim games.
Right.
Like, again, I'm not involved with the Phillies. I'm not, but I'm just a fan. That's the only involvement I have with the Phillies.
Yeah.
Can and I know this is going to be kind of like a cakewalk thing, but can you bring up for the day? Just be like, hey, we're going to ship in the Iron Pigs, and the Phillies are going to play the Iron Pigs for just like a practice game,
No,
just
I
to
thought that
stay.
right when you said sim games. I thought, well, why can't we just play the Iron Pigs? Because we have an amazing AAA team. They just, when they come up, they might not do as well as they do in AAA.
Yeah,
But I think that would be really, really good, especially for Iron Pigs players. Like,
yeah,
Phillies players will stay in their little groove. Then Iron Pigs players are getting a taste of some of the best players in the MLB.
yeah, and especially if someone knows that answer, if we can or cannot do it, comment down below. Let us know.
Yeah,
We love to be fact checked here. We want to be, we want to
yeah,
be right, but yeah, like I've never seen that happen. And with what they did with Ranger when he was coming back and he threw that sim game and they had the
right.
crowd noise and they had all that.
Yeah,
Can that happen? Because you have Justin Crawford down in the like you can. It doesn't have to be Iron Pigs players. It could be your best minor league players versus
right.
your and
Like
and
even
it
if
could be 2 or 3 games where you let Zach Wheeler throw. You give the pitcher the option. So Zach Wheeler says, no, I don't. I'm in my groove. I don't want to mess it up.
right,
I'll take the 3 days off or the 5 days off, whatever. I'll take those off and I'll be fine.
right.
Okay, then you let if Nola and Ranger said, "Oh yeah, I want to do it." Okay, you play 2 games,
Yeah, but
and
my thought was, watch that be the game that Walker pitches and he actually does really well. Or maybe he
yeah,
doesn't do well, and they're like, okay, you're gone, get out of here.
yeah.
I think tonight is probably Walker's last chance.
This
Hopefully,
and
his last chance. Not probably, hopefully.
Bob Thompson said that he said that he deserves one more chance, and I don't. I again, not a coach, just a fan, and this might
Yeah,
just be the fandom. I don't see the second chance, but I hope he proves us wrong.
I think
But
he's had more than second chance. I think he's had 5 chances.
I also think that I think that say he goes out and does a stellar outing tonight, it's not going to be like, oh well, he's back. It's
Right,
going to be like, okay, you get another chance to prove that you're back. Like
right.
you gotta consistently do this, not just go out there and throw 7 shutout innings like Nola did last night.
Yeah,
No, you need
but
to consistently do that.
at the same time, we don't even need that. We have our 1 through 4 when healthy. We have our Wheeler, Nola, Suarez, Sanchez. We
Yeah,
just need him to be our 5th starter
you just need to
until the
be decent.
playoffs. Yeah, we need him not to lose games. Even if he needs to rely on the bats to get a few runs, hold them to under 3 or 4 runs.
Yeah,
That's all we need. We don't need your 6 whatever ERA.
yeah. We really don't need you to be a Nola or a Zach Wheeler, but
Right.
yeah, it's and something else I have here. I'm gonna paint you this picture again, just because it replays in my mind 24/7. Bottom 9th, I'm pretty sure it was 2 outs, tied at 2. Your Houston Astros versus Philadelphia Phillies. Rojas gets subbed into the game, right?
Yeah.
You have 2 outs. Someone on no, it's not someone on second. I don't think there was anyone on base. No, there was someone on base. I know there's someone. I don't
Yeah.
know where it was.
I think he
Rojas
was
gets
on
a bad
second.
break. Dodson. Maybe it was the top of the 10th.
No, it was in the 9th. You're right.
Was it in 9th? Okay.
Yeah.
In the 9th, Rojas makes a bad break and just absolutely makes like the catch of the year.
Yeah,
I
because
feel
if
like.
he didn't catch that, if the guy was on second, like I do think he was, if he didn't catch that, that guy's probably going home, and then we're down 1 going into the bottom of the 9th.
I think it was actually the top of the 10th
Okay. Well,
because there was someone on
Yeah.
second, and because that leads me to my other thing that keeps bringing up the vibes are high. Bryce Harper's walk off double or walk off single
Yep.
or whatever that scored Schwarber. So I think it was the top of the 10th, but that doesn't happen. That's not happening unless Rojas makes that play.
Right.
And
He's, I think, the fourth fastest player in the MLB. I
That's
forget what
crazy.
they're using to track that, but he's the fourth fastest.
that's crazy. And
Yeah.
the fact say that's in the World Series. Say we meet this team in the World Series like we did in 2022.
Yeah.
That's a series saving play.
Yeah. But that's also setting the tone. If we see them
To listen to Apple
again,
Music.
So my story thought I said sorry, not
Yep.
series.
That was funny. I'm leaving that in. I don't care.
Okay.
Back to Rojas.
Yes.
If we see them in the playoffs, that's like series setting the tone for the series.
Yes.
You're not getting anything past Rojas.
No. And
I do think that Rojas is really, really building up. We talked about this last week, that he's been doing well. I think he's even stronger on the case for him playing more and more every day.
he should start. He should be considered as an everyday player. And I know I brought this up. I think every podcast we do.
Yeah.
But it just reminds me of Bone. It just reminds me of what we did. We didn't know if he was going to be an everyday player. We didn't know if we were going to put Gene over there, if he was going to be there, if Stott was like. We didn't know who was going to be the third baseman.
Right.
I think Didi was also able to be playing third, but again, we let him go down to the minor leagues. All the errors, all the batting mistakes, all that. He got consistent playing time. He got consistent bats. He got all that. And Bohm is a top 5 hitter, not just for third basemen. I feel like he's top 5 in all the MLB right now.
Yeah, batting average wise in the NL, I think he's 6 to 8, somewhere in there.
So yeah, you got to look at that, and then yours like Rojas' bat's not terrible right now.
But everyone still has to understand that Rojas debuted last July.
Yes, so he's young. He
wasn't even there for our World Series run.
Yeah, and it's just it leads me to the question, and everyone can answer this too. Is this the thing you had to start doing? Like next year, like if Marsh and Stott, if they're not where they can be and they have options, do option them down. And let them work the funk out.
Right.
And let them come back.
Yeah.
And I same for
really
pitchers.
Good. Yeah.
If Walker is gone by the end of the year, or for some reason we lose one of these top 4 pitchers in the next 2 or 3 years, and these Andrew Painter and all these guys, if they're not doing it, you send them back down and be like, hey, you get a month or 2 down there and you figure your stuff out and you come back.
Right. Well, I think that would actually work out really well, because we have what's the word I'm looking for? Like, players will go down for rehab assignments. That's what I was looking for. Rehab assignments. It's mental rehab, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all it is.
Yeah, getting your head back in the game.
And I'm pretty sure, to go back on one of your points, I'm pretty sure when Alvarado gets back from his personal
reasons. So
yeah,
I feel that's all we need to say.
I think he's allowed to be in a rehab start. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Not 100% sure, but
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
maybe
I'm
he
sure
can,
if he's able to, then they will.
yeah,
Unless he doesn't
let
want
him.
that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of guys that have just been like, oh no, I can come back.
Yeah. But speaking of how you said Bohm, top hitters, I actually have something. Turner qualifies for a batting title now with his amount of at-bats.
There we go.
Now, I wrote down the top 5. Marcelo Zuna is batting 308. He's number 1. Number 2, Trey Turner at 305. Number 3, Arraez. I hope I said that right.
Luis Ariz.
Yeah. He's batting 305 as well. Number 4, Marte, batting 298. Number 5, Otani, 294. I think Bohm was 291 when I was looking it up. I just didn't write him down for whatever reason.
Gotcha.
But I think Turner could definitely overtake Ozuna, and maybe even in the series against Ozuna.
Yeah, he could. And the other night I looked at my girlfriend when we were sitting and watching the game, and I was like, he's batting 300.
Yeah.
I was like, Turner's just that sneaky good. Like you don't realize his stats until like you actually like it pops out at you, and
Right.
it like
But he's also
presents
hitting
itself to you.
between Schwarber and Harper.
Oh yeah, that
It's
makes
Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Bohm every single night. It's hard to just focus on even 2 of them.
and you got to think that say you walk you pitch around
Yeah.
both of them,
Yeah.
or at least one of them, you're still going to get to Alec Boehm, who's batting 291, who's
Right.
still hitting around right around 300. So
Right.
and Bryce Harper's 279, so
Yeah.
he's basically 280. So
And Bohm was in the home run derby for a reason.
yeah, Bohm's got some pop in his bat, so it's just.
Did you see how the Phillies did their fantasy draft order? How they
Yes,
figured it
I
out?
love this idea. And next time we do a football draft, we will be doing this. We will sneak onto the Phillies baseball field to do this.
Yes,
Do you want to
I
say
agree.
it, or should
No,
I?
you go for it. You know what it is, so I want you to do it.
So the Philadelphia Phillies, to determine the fantasy football order, they did a closest to the pin, which was from home plate to I think somewhere in the outfield.
Yeah.
Using 4 irons, I believe it was. Just
Oh, I don't
golfing
know.
it out
I
there.
didn't see.
Um,
It looked like they
I
had
know-
a lot of fun, though.
they did have a lot of fun.
That goes back to what you said. The vibes are high, once again.
Vibes are high, and with a lot of fun. I think was it yesterday or was the other night? JT caught a foul ball over near the Phillies dugout. Looks at Bryce and winks at him.
Oh,
Like-
yeah, I saw
like-
that.
It's just it's back to how much
They're
fun
having
they're
fun.
having,
Yeah,
like they were at the beginning of the year.
yeah, they're
and-
enjoying each other again.
And I get there's going to be people out there that says like, oh, you can't smile and laugh when you're below 500 and you're on losing streaks and stuff like that. I get that, but then and I hope it comes out. I want to know who was the one that broke the funk, because after the All-Star break there was a funk,
Yeah.
and
I don't know. I feel it goes into a lot of different people.
yeah, and you don't know was it adding a new guy to your lineup
Yeah.
and just trying to include him and stuff like that? Was it losing? Probably not, but losing Son Anthony or Gregory Soto.
I
But the
doubt it.
bullpen hasn't been that bad. But like certain guys are friends with certain guys, or they're all
Right.
friends, but like certain guys are closer with certain guys, and
Yeah. Did you see a few games ago? Bohm was, I think we won, but Bohm was really upset in the dugout because he didn't have a good game, and Harper went and put his arm around him and was just encouraging him and whatnot.
yes, I did
didn't
see that.
hear
I think that
what
was
they
Saturday.
actually said, but it's still really nice to see. I'm happy
Yeah,
the cameras caught that.
and it just goes to show that like there's ways to like Blake, and again maybe Harper was the guy that was like, hey guys, I know we since All Star Blake, I think we've had 2 team meetings,
Yeah,
um, and I know Tono said that that's for teams that don't care and
yeah,
suck and stuff like that, but we did, and
right. We did
and
so,
it
and
and it seemed like it helped.
it did. It was
Whatever
like a
was said,
domino effect. One person woke up, and everyone else started waking up.
and hopefully it stays like this for a while. Hopefully
Yeah, hopefully.
we can take this into the playoffs and hopefully
I
take it
want
to
to
the World
ride this
Series
wave
and
all the way through.
ride it for as long as you can ride it for. Like you don't, we don't know, and this is kind of on a sadder topic, but we don't know how long we're gonna have this lineup for.
Yeah,
It's,
it's,
it's
as a sports fan, we never know how long we're going to have anyone.
exactly.
Anyone can request a trade at any point. Granted, I don't think that happens all that much in baseball
Yeah,
as it does in like the NBA and stuff. On a much better topic, this one's not Phillies, but I wanted to talk about Danny Jansen becoming the first MLB player to ever play for this both teams in the same game.
yeah.
That's really cool. I saw
It's
that.
MLB history.
Yeah, I saw it 3 or 4 days before it happened that it could happen, and we all got to live through history.
Yeah.
Baseball's been around for well over 100 years.
And I was watching a game, and the funny thing is, so it's an 0-1 count when they canceled the game.
Yep.
If it would have been an 0-2 count, he could have caught his own strikeout or
Yeah.
been behind the plate for his own home run. So if it was an 0-2 count and it was like a double or anything, he could have sat there. So it would have been funny. Like, how do you go about that? Do you be
Right.
selfish? And do you be like, hey, throw a fastball down the middle, and I'll tell the guy just to hack away at it, or
Yeah. That's really interesting.
like, I wish we would have got that much of history, like, because I don't think anyone has ever done that. If no one has ever played in the same game,
Right.
I guess no one has
think
ever
it
done that.
happened one other time, but it was in the minors many years before we were even born.
Got
This was
it.
the first major league time it happened.
But yeah, it's very cool. It's interesting. Congratulations, Danny Jansen.
Yeah.
Hope you had fun doing it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that we got to see that happen because, as I said, MLB's been around for well over 100 years,
Yeah.
and this could have happened a long time ago, and then we would have
Yeah.
never thought anything about it. Now we get to tell people, "Hey, we saw that happen."
Yeah, we saw that happen in our lifetime, and who
Right.
knows if it's going to happen again.
Right. Do you have anything else for the Phillies?
Not for the Phillies, but this is an MLB thing.
Okay.
Here now, located in Cincinnati, Ohio, we had some pretty sad news. Blake,
Yeah.
over the weekend. I'm sorry that I had to not break this news to everyone, but bring this up. A future Hall of Famer, Joey Votto, has retired from the MLB, which give a round of applause to him. What a career you've had. Hope you enjoy retirement. And,
Yeah.
if you're listening, I don't think you'll be listening to a Phillies podcast, but it's been.
Who knows? There's crazier things that have happened. Someone
That's
played in the
true.
same MLB game.
Hey, maybe he'll become a Phillies first base coach or something like that.
Maybe.
And, he will.
Yeah, I kind of could see that happening when the Reds didn't re-sign him this offseason.
Yeah,
Kind of like, oh, I guess
and
it's going to be it.
I think he wanted to be in the majors, and then
Yeah.
he just never got there. And
Yeah.
he kind of talked to it, and he wasn't playing him. This is the time he said that he knew he was going to retire. His minor league coach said, "Hey, do you want to bat?" And he said, "No, I'm good." And that's the moment he knew that he was
Yeah.
done. And again, great career.
Yeah, he had a
Will
long
definitely
career.
be a Hall of Famer.
For sure.
But good luck on retirement.
Yeah, good luck.
Do you wanna anything else for the Phillies?
Kind of.
Okay.
Phillies and our other Philly team, Joel Embiid in the stands.
Yep.
Yep, in the stands against the Astros. He recorded the last 8 or 9 outs, I think I saw. And MLB even posted his clip from the Bryce Harper walk-off. That was pretty cool to see. You could see him slowly standing up, and then he's just towering over everyone. I've seen a lot of memes like Joel Embiid recorded your loss and everything. But I think it's cool that he sat in the stands with everyone. I think there were just under 40,000 fans there, and he was down in the stands. He wasn't up in a suite or anything. He was down there soaking it all in with all the fans.
Imagine just being down there and you're just like walking. You're walking. You go, "Oh, excuse me, sir."
Yeah.
"Oh, hi, Mr. Embiid."
No, I'll do you one better. Imagine sitting in your seats. I don't know when he got to the game. Say he got there in the third inning. You're in the seats behind him. You're like, great, there's no one in front of me. I can see the game so well. And then the 7'2" or whatever guy comes and sits in front of you.
I would tap him on the shoulder and be like, "Sir, never mind."
Yep. No,
you can sit wherever you want.
Right.
But it's funny that this is being brought up because Maxey, I believe, was there this year. He sat in just a regular seat.
Yeah.
I know the Sixers' second round draft pick.
Adam Bono.
I think he was on the broadcast when the Phillies broadcast sits in the sections.
Yeah, I forgot
he was
about
there.
That.
I don't think he sat there the whole time.
Right.
I don't know where he sat. But it just seems like the Eagles are more of we're not going to get it. Sorry, not the Eagles. The Sixers. The Sixers are more, we're not going to get a suite. We just want to embody the fan base and be with the fan base. And
it shows how much the players actually love the fans.
Yeah.
And why they want to be in the city so much.
I kind of wish that he was winning his gold medal, though. That would have been.
That would be cool, but at the same time, I doubt he wants to carry that around everywhere with him.
That's true. He might get robbed of that. But it would have been funny if he was sitting with the newest Sixer that has silver. Been
yeah, that's true.
Just shining it up a little bit.
Handing us to the Sixers on Paul George's podcast, Jared McCain was on it. He said, well, they were asking him about TikToks and everything since he films so many of them. And he said that Maxey won't do TikToks with him. I found that really funny. I don't blame him.
Wow.
But it's not like they don't do anything together. They work out together. They golf together. Maxey just said no TikToks.
Maxey just doesn't seem like the social media guy.
Yeah, he is the grind guy.
Yeah, he's the one that wants to be behind closed doors, and that's not anything to be shameful of. It's just he just doesn't want to be.
Yeah, I didn't watch much more of that podcast, so I don't have too much more on it.
Yeah,
we're at probably the slowest point in the NBA offseason. NBA content creators can hardly make anything. Kenny Beecham, he made a video a day or two ago watching all of Joel Embiid's called fouls from the last season, ranking them. Just because how slow it is, he needed to recap stuff from the season that happened months ago.
Yeah, and
it was a good video, though. I highly recommend you go watch it.
I definitely have to start and go watching his stuff. But on that, it kind of puts us into a next topic here. If you have nothing else for the Sixers,
nope.
Another slow off season is the Flyers. The only thing I have for the Flyers is John Tortorella was announced as the assistant coach for Team USA for the Four Nations face-off.
Yeah, that's
this
pretty
year.
cool. I had no idea what it was when you were talking about this before the podcast, so I had you look up what it was. Can you explain that to me again and everyone else what that actually is?
Yeah, so what it is it's USA, Canada, Finland, and Sweden all playing in a round robin tournament. It's just in place of the All Star game this year, so it's February 12th to the 20th.
Okay.
And it's
We can go
just
for my
kind
birthday.
of yeah, it's just kind of like a feature for why can't they feature some of the players that are going to be in the 2026 Olympics.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I know I was planning on taking a trip back in February, hopefully for the first week in February when our Philadelphia Eagles go Birds
Go Birds.
win the Super Bowl this year. We'll do like a live podcast type thing for the Super Bowl parade.
Yeah, we can even go around and interview people either at the parade, Xfinity 5, all that stuff.
And we were also thinking maybe around that week, go to a Flyers game, get some clips for that.
Yeah.
Thinking about Pittsburgh. That would be great social media content.
Yeah. Pittsburgh against the Flyers. Just to clarify.
Just to show that rivalry and all of what that's about. I know you're not the biggest Flyers fan, so you don't know too much about this. But
whenever I watch them, they don't do well, so I try not to watch them so everyone else can enjoy their good games.
But maybe if Eagles don't win the Super Bowl, maybe I'll come in a little later for the Penguins game, and then maybe we can go we go up to Boston and catch a USA hockey game. Maybe
that would be pretty.
Maybe
cool.
Get Torts on the podcast. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
but we need more fans for that. So
yeah,
share the podcast. Get us to that point. We would love to interview Travis Konechny, all the Flyers, any Sixers,
and
Eagles.
I'll definitely do my research on all the Flyer stuff beforehand, so I'm not just sitting here quietly the whole time. I do whenever you talk about the Flyers.
But get this podcast up, and hopefully you could see some cool players on here.
Yeah.
Especially whether they're in Cincinnati, maybe if we get the podcast up enough, maybe some Eagles players. We'll get some Eagles players in here.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Now, speaking of the Eagles, that was good. My Cub. Right? Super Bowl champions from going on 8 years. You got anything you want to bring up first, or should I start?
I will move aside. I don't know how well you can see it, but this is going to bring up my first podcast topic. You can see one football helmet and two football helmets. There's not Eagles helmets.
Yeah.
There's a Penn State football helmet. Jahan Dotson, baby.
Yep.
Let's go. Build the Philadelphia Nittany Lions. Philadelphia Nittany Lions. Yeah. Michael Parsons. I saw that. So on Twitter, someone did what was it? Barry for Parsons, I think.
Yeah, Bradbury.
Bradbury for Parsons, I think I saw.
Yeah.
Hey, do it.
Hey, we'd all do it in a heartbeat. I don't think the Cowboys would. But at the same time, I think one of their quarterbacks just got injured. So they're kind of desperate now. I don't know.
But trade Kenny Pickett to the Commanders and get Trace McSorley. let's see him back up Jalen Hurts.
Oh my god. But speaking of the Penn State guys, not Penn State guys, Jahan Dotson and our wide receivers, You got me thinking about Penn State now. Why you got to do this?
Yeah, your dad's gonna love that one, Mr. Stein. If you're watching, I got him.
Not many teams have a cornerback that can guard or cover AJ Brown. Sorry, I'm in basketball mindset. Not many cornerbacks can cover AJ Brown. Not many cornerback twos can guard. Dang. Not many can cover Devontae Smith. And what cornerback three is going to cover Jahan Dawson?
Yeah, that's you. You basically got a wide receiver one on a half decent team.
Yeah.
As a RB
See, you're messing up too.
wide receiver 3. Which I saw that I was at work. That made my day. Like that's gonna be like the Eagles' offense.
Yeah,
with
but
Hurts
it's not just those 3 receivers. We got Dallas Goedert still.
You got Goddard.
I'm sure Barkley can catch out of the backfield.
Oh, Barkley's great catching
Read
out.
options going.
Yeah. It's just going to be a danger
and
offense.
Then you have to think, oh, wait, Hurts can run too. He's looking so much better this offseason than he did last year.
Especially Barkley's people's favorite thing to run with Barkley is wheel routes.
Yeah.
Which he's very good at that.
I'm really excited.
Your line is good enough to let him catch the ball and work.
Right.
Sorry, I think I should say the Eagles. Line is really good with, and we don't know. Maybe I know. We're without Jason Kelsey, but
I believe he has a spot in the coach's room, so he'll still be there on the sidelines.
That'll be fun to watch.
Johnson told everyone that. Now
Johnson just dropping everything.
Yeah. Now, last thing about Jahan Dotson, really quick. We got him in a 5th-round pick for this upcoming draft in exchange for a 3rd-rounder and 2 7th-rounders.
Yeah, how
all in this year's
cooking.
Draft. Yeah,
cooking, fleece them. A 5th round is great. That's a defensive guy. That's an offensive guy. That's a any guy, backup quarterback. Like people think that like 1, 2, 3s are where you get your guys, but like you could go out and get another good running back in the 5th round, like
or even look at Brock Purdy. I know a lot of the Eagles fans don't like him. I don't care for him all that much, but he's a decent quarterback, and he was last pick. Or Tom Brady, he was a really, really late round pick too.
He was 7th round pick too. So, yeah, it's great. Talking about picks, the only other thing I have for the Eagles, I didn't have too much, but former 1st round pick, John Ross.
Yeah.
And Paris Campbell were both released yesterday on
there were a lot of
cut day. Those are the 2 noticeable ones I saw.
I think
just
CJ
because
Uzomah was cut, but that was over a week ago.
Yeah. You knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I think they both knew when they traded for Dotson.
Right.
They were gone. Like they knew that they might get a practice squad invite, but they knew that they were pretty much on the table to walk.
We're gonna see what we need when the actual season starts.
Yeah.
But speaking of cuts, the Rams, who signed Boston Scott earlier this offseason, they cut him. Which I was actually very surprised by that because he had a good year for us last year. Not just against the Giants, but against everyone else as well. When any of our other backs were injured, he stepped in big time. He
can consistently step
but
in.
Speaking on Eagles running backs, before I get back to cuts, LaShawn McCoy on November 3rd is going to be inducted into the Eagles Hall of Fame.
I saw a funny video on him, so that's why I laughed. I saw him get
Deshaun
toasted.
Jackson talk about a lot of funny stuff on their podcast too.
He's got a show too. I did not realize on FS1, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
it's something. I forget what the name of it
Well,
is.
they
but,
have the 25-10 show.
Gotcha.
That's LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, two of my
Gotcha.
favorite NFL players of all time.
Did you see he got toasted in a race the other day?
Yeah,
That's why I laughed.
he's getting up there in age.
What? Who did he race?
I don't remember.
He raced someone
I
that
saw
he
one
shouldn't
clip
have
about
lost.
it.
Yeah, saw like something on Twitter
Yeah.
about it.
But back to cuts and former Philadelphia players. Do you remember Jordan Matthews?
Yeah, I do. That name rings a bell.
He's apparently a tight end now instead of wide receiver, and he was on the Panthers, and they just cut him. I think his final stats were like 3 for 21.
That's crazy that if you could get cut by the Panthers.
Right.
That's not. That's not easy to do to get cut from the Panthers.
But then again, he changed positions too. I think it said he was 33, which for a receiver that's getting up there in age. But I don't know. I was just very surprised to see his name. I kind of thought he retired already.
I definitely thought he did too.
You said you don't have anything else for football?
I forgot I had just one more thing. So right. I saw this posted by us, Sports Radio 94 WIP, about 20 hours ago. Tom Kelly was quoted saying, "I think we're overrating the Eagles." And this is on the Ike Weiss show. I forget what it's called. Ike said, "This team will win a minimum of 12 games."
Yeah, we should.
So I think that that's a pretty much what everyone's thinking.
I think that's a good over-under 12 games. Especially with how talented our team was. Like, that's why I didn't draft Saquon Barkley with my second pick in the draft we had this year. Because he's on such a good team now, I don't think he'll do as well fantasy-wise. Like, I'm sure he's going to have a great year, just fantasy-wise compared to what he's been doing. I don't think it'll be as good just because we're a good team.
Yeah. Also, I also had this. Carl Anthony Towns, Cat, said that he thinks the Eagles will go undefeated this year.
That would be great. I didn't see that. I'm surprised I didn't see that.
I saw that on Twitter last night when I was looking at some things, but yeah, this team's going to be one of the best teams in a while.
Oh yeah. If we aren't, I don't want to say it'll be a disappointment, but it'll be a disappointment.
I would say it's
our
getting
ceiling
close
is very high, and the floor should also be high.
It's getting close to majority win, like championship.
Yeah.
Or bust. Now, I wouldn't say Super Bowl, but I'm going to say like NFC Championship or bust.
So, speaking of NFC Championship, Eagles have 5 primetime games this year. Team above them, who won the NFC Championship, 6 primetime games are the Niners, the Cowboys, and the Jets. Kind of surprised the Jets have that many primetime games, but then I realized they have Aaron Rodgers, and it makes a lot of sense now. But
and you got Garrett Wilson and Brees.
Eagles have 5. The only team that stuck out for 5 that I was kind of surprised with are the Rams.
Really? They have 5?
Yeah.
I guess you got Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp and
Are there any other teams that you want to know what they are before I tell you one other?
How many do the Bengals have? Just
5.
Cheers. They have 5 too?
Yep. There are 3 teams with 6. 9 with 5. 6 with 4. 4 with 3. 5 with 2. 4 with 1. and one team has no primetime games.
I'm guessing that's the Panthers.
Yep. I was going to say, you should be able to guess this. We've talked about them a little bit. I'm not surprised. Teams with one are the Colts, which I'm kind of surprised about since so many people are so high on Anthony Richardson this year.
Yeah.
Patriots, not very surprising. The Titans, also not surprising. And the Cardinals, which I thought they would have 2 or 3, especially since they're behind the Giants and the Commanders. Like, the Giants have 3 this year.
Do they?
Yeah, the Giants have the same amount as the Bears, Chargers, and Saints.
How many does Pittsburgh have?
4.
Because I know one of them's against Jets.
Yeah, 4.
Sunday night game.
Yeah, I always expect the Cowboys to be really high up there because they're America's team,
Yeah.
even though most of America hates them.
Eagles are.
Yes. Now most of America hates them too.
Yeah.
Now, if we go by mascots, then yeah, we're America's team. Bald
Bald
Eagle.
Eagle, baby.
I had you look this up for the Madden ratings. This week we're doing special teams and the team overall. Special teams for Jake the Make Elliott. He is an 83 overall. Tied for second with Harrison Butker.
Dos.
Yep. The only guy above him is Justin Tucker. He's an 88.
Which?
Brandon Aubrey, 82, right below him, and then Chris Boswell right below him at 81. And I think you said the next one was Greg Zuerlein?
Greg Zuerlein, Greg the leg, baby.
I don't understand kicker ratings whatsoever because I'm expecting Justin Tucker to be like a 97, 98 at the lowest. Because he's probably top 2 kickers of all time. He holds the record for longest kick. Granted, it was indoors and he hit the bar, but he still made it.
Yeah.
I really don't understand kicker ratings whatsoever. I expected Jake Elliott, yeah, he's tied for 2, but I expected him to be 92.
Yeah. I expected majority of the top 5 to be up there, but
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't played
not
Madden in quite a few years, so I don't even know what kicker ratings used to be. I forget.
yeah, and I kind of have it. I have it pulled up here. The highest he ever, the highest Justin Tucker ever got was a 95.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
He's never been the 99 club.
Even being a 95, I would expect him to still be in the mid to upper 90s now.
Yeah.
It's not like he's regressed or anything.
No, not at all.
But at the same time, isn't Madden starting the ratings out low and then will drastically put them up? Or not drastically, but slowly put them up as the season goes, showing what players are doing.
Yeah. And we have the picture if we can again with how good we are with tech right now and our editing. We have a couple pictures that we can maybe plop up somewhere on the screen.
Yeah.
Of some of the stuff we were talking about today, maybe the John Clark stuff like that.
Yeah. We'll do our best to put stuff in there.
But I've got the picture, and you can see the digression of the top 5 this year and of how those top 5 have been.
Yeah, that'll be really useful.
But yeah, kickers, I just feel like they've always been weird.
Madden ratings themselves are weird.
Yeah.
I think we talk about
you don't
this
play
every single
one
year they
year.
come out. But speaking of Madden ratings, I think this is my last topic. I don't know if you have anything else. Madden 25
I don't think so.
team overall ratings. Who do you think is the number 1 team?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep, they're tied for number 1 with 92 overall.
Ooh.
Eagles are an 87.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So the top goes Chiefs, Niners 92, Ravens 91, Dolphins 89.
Do you
Lions.
see Raiders?
Oh, Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
so you might have said Ravens, and I hope.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ravens
Well,
don't feel like
I'll
that
say this
good.
now. I was going to say at the end of the podcast. I'm getting over a cold. If I'm nasally, sniffling, coughing at any point in this, just bear with me. It's probably a lot to go through and cut, so I might miss stuff. But back to the ratings. Dolphins 89, Lions 88, Cowboys 88. The Browns, Bengals, and Eagles tied at 87. We're better than the Browns. I'd say we're about even with the Bengals. Yeah, they had injuries and stuff, so they're going to be lower as well. I think we should be in the top 5.
I think we should be in the top 5 too.
And then the Texans and Jets are one below us at 86.
Okay, just not that far.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In the top 9, we have half of the NFC East, and in the bottom 3 is the other half of the NFC East. The Giants are 75, and then Cardinals 76, and Commanders 78.
It's not. Again, Madden rankings are Madden.
Yeah, we're struggling today. We can't speak.
Rankings are always just whatever they are. They're always
right
weird. And
I think they just want fans to talk about stuff, so they get more clicks. That's probably what it's for. Which, business-wise, is actually really smart.
Yeah, keep it talking, keep it
right.
All them in the news. But yeah, the only thing else I have to say is if you want one of these cool shirts, I have on. It's called In the Clutch. I'm actually one of the owners / person that works there, something like that. Very cool guy.
We'll put it down in the description.
Yeah, we'll definitely put the link down in the description.
This shirt's not from there.
That shirt is not.
Yeah.
I just have this shirt. I'm really close with, again, someone that's involved with this. They've got all teams. Phillies. I think they have some Eagles and they have some other. Right. I think they have the Sixers.
Yeah. I think
they've got some pretty cool Joel Embiid.
I'll definitely check this out after the podcast too.
But yeah, all teams. If you have a favorite player and you don't want to get certain things.
Yeah, who wants to spend $40 on a shirt at like Fanatics or something, and the quality not be good?
So quality great. I've actually got a couple of these t-shirts. I love them.
Yeah.
So, In the Clutch. Follow them on Instagram too. I think it's just In the Clutch. Is their Instagram.
Yeah.
We'll link all their stuff downstairs.
Their website, downstairs. All that stuff down in the description.
So I was not paid to say this. I'm just trying to promote people that I like.
Yeah.
Just bear with us. We've got a lot of technical things happening here. We're trying to put the best stuff out for you guys.
As I drop my mic.
As he drops his mic. He's just getting over sickness. I'm just starting school back up. So schedules.
We're going to do our best to get it out as on time as possible.
I'll also blast this so everybody knows. So if we take a couple weeks off here and then next week, I'm actually employed through a company that works, does the retail for the Cincinnati Reds. That's why I'm out here. Sometimes I travel, sometimes I don't. So my schedule is going to get crazy here with season coming up. So we might have some more podcasts to come out for you guys.
Yeah.
But again, stay tuned to our socials. If we ever miss a week, if we ever just want to do like a little one, like I did with the Road Series matchup. I don't know why that was so hard to get out. Everything will be posted there. We might post like little TikTok podcast things if we can't get a good one out for you guys. But
Yeah.
stay tuned with us. We're trying our hardest. We're finally a month into doing this, so we're kind of looking
As
at all the kinks.
The entire time that we're doing this, we're always going to be learning on how to do things better and how to do things differently.
And I bet Paul George with his podcast, we're just learning, growing, adapting.
Right, but he also has like a whole production team. We are our production team.
Yeah, we are our own production team. We edit all the videos. We post all of our own stuff. We get
people can probably tell that
all
we
that. It. Probably, but we're learning, and we appreciate everyone that views our stuff. I know I do. I don't know how much Brendan's on it, but we're both actively on our not TikTok, Twitter. I almost said Tinder. Twitter. We do not have a Tinder, so don't go follow us on Tinder. If you see a Philly Sports Podcast on Tinder, that is not us.
No, it's not. Please send it to us and we'll get it taken down.
Yes. But we're actively reposting and liking and all that. I know I'm actively following people back as you follow.
Yeah. When I'm seeing news,
Instagram, stuff
really
like that.
Shortly after it happens, I'm trying my best to post it as soon as possible as well. Just so if you guys don't see it from one of the big accounts, you might see it from us, and just to help everyone else out.
If you guys want to follow our main accounts, we'll also link that down in the description because I know we'll probably on there a lot too.
Yeah, I interact with a lot of people.
If we ever miss something on our account or something like that, our main accounts. If you guys have any content that you want us to see put out,
you can reach out to like
DM,
the podcast stuff. You can tag us in something or
tag us
individually.
Email.
Yeah, our email is even in the description too. If you ever want us to answer any questions or just talk about some random stuff, send it our way and we'll most likely talk about it.
Yeah, especially if you guys have questions, we'll learn how to pop it up on the screen and do all that, and we would love to interact with you guys too.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to our live show that we were talking about. We don't have a date for that yet.
Yeah.
In a few months, we'll most likely have a live show.
Yeah. Maybe we can. We're gonna see where followers get to.
Yeah.
Like
for those of you that made it this far in the video, you're getting a sneak peek into our plans.
Sneak peek into our lives and all the fun, crazy stuff.
Anything else?
I think that's it. Just
all right. Thank you all for tuning in for our 4th week. Excited to see you next week, hopefully. See ya.
Have a good one.